Warning, the following show may contain peanuts and strong language, plus content not suitable for children. There's lots of birds up here, man. It could also contain spoilers for any and all anime and manga, so you always check that description below. Make sure that, you're not like, I didn't want to know stuff like that. Wow! Hello everyone and welcome to the Manga Raiders Community Happy Hour, episode number
42!
Thank you, Vacant. So, I am your host for today's episode of the Manimal, and joining me on this fine occasion is local Mike Castro.
I think you mangled my name there, Manimal.
Are you sure?
What he meant to say was the master, the greatest moderator known to mankind,
Number one.
the Lego Maestro, otherwise known as... Wait, damn it, I'm not going to say otherwise known as. This is me, Lego Maestro. I have no other name. For once, I am introducing myself with my username alone. Sue me.
Oh, this is an exciting occasion of first on the Happy Hour.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to make the best two-man team ever to be seen. I'm sorry, Vacant and other bros. This one's going to be the best Happy Hour episode ever. Don't quote me on that.
Well, we'll find out. So, we could talk about, art and all that fun, exciting stuff, but we gotta start off the typical normal deal. How was your week?
My week has been... what should I say? It's sort of been like that episode in an anime where the shonen character gets defeated and loses a limb or two, but then he powers up towards the end of it. You know that? I guess you don't watch that sort of thing. But let's say...
Well, I've seen that sort of thing, and that's like any superhero movie, too.
Yes, I had a crappy one at the beginning of the week, but now it's turning out pretty epic, and surprisingly production has been going a bit well, better than earlier. I'm still bashing my head against walls over this drawing thing. Damn it, man! Someone teach me how to be inspired. Anyway, how is it going on your side? Everything's good, though. Everything's good.
Well, yeah, it's going all right. I have an exciting tale to tell. So this morning I went out to get some groceries. That was pretty normal.
Who buys things?
Walking through the grocery store,
Order pizza,
getting some things. And then I went to the bank. So, I was waiting in line. I'm wearing my Ace Frehley shirt today. So this guy came up to me. He's like, "Oh, cool shirt, dude." I was like, "Thanks." He's like, "Check this out." So he showed me he had this big Ace Frehley tattoo on his side.
Seriously?
And I was like, "Oh, wow."
You're defeated. Wait, Ace Frehley from Kiss.
Kiss, yeah, the guitarist from Kiss.
Okay.
So he had this big tattoo on his side. We were talking about Kiss. I just love that, because Kiss is that kind of band, or when you meet someone else who's crazy about them, you instantly just want to talk to them about everything. It doesn't matter what the age difference is. Because, I've never met a big Kiss fan who's in, my age range. It's always, 40 plus,
Oh, the legends who only...
But,
that's interesting, yeah.
You can still always talk to them about it. Because Kiss fans are, and, it's Kiss isn't some obscure underground band. They're popular. They're a well-known band.
They're not pop. As in
they're
pop
always
popular.
shit on all the time. So whenever you meet someone who's really obsessed with the band, it instantly is wow. It's something that's really... Because Kiss fans, it's so hard to describe what it's like, One day I'm going to write a frickin' 50-page essay about this.
You might as well with the post that you put in the music topic.
Because it goes beyond. Because Kiss, it really goes beyond the music. I don't know. It's hard to describe. One of these days I'll describe it in greater detail. But, other than that, I don't know. Nothing else too exciting to report.
Man, I'm jealous. I wish I had a band that one of these American bands, especially that I was following like that, and just meet a random fan on the street.
Yeah.
I'm a traitor sometimes and go too mainstream, or I listen to music that you can't exactly find a lyricist for. I mean, when you have an awesome Skrillex dubstep track, you can't exactly talk about the lyrical content of a song called "Kill Everybody."
Well, you can talk about the musical content for stuff like that.
Do you that? What about that drop, dude? Where it goes wab wab wab?
Yeah.
Awesome. That
That'd be
wab
like
was
every dubstep song.
that
you can
wab
just-
was
you can say that for
particularly.
any-
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I earned that one. I need to sometime listen to these recommendations of should I say real music? I don't know the stuff that you
No,
pipers
there's
and
no such thing as
noisy
real and
talk
fake
about.
music. There's just music. It doesn't matter how it's made. It doesn't matter if it's somebody smashing the buttons on a microwave. You know,
that
there's no such thing as fake music.
well,
Yeah,
well, some
don't
people would beg to differ.
Oh, definitely. I know in the past I've said stuff like that. I've been like, "Oh, that's not real music, that pop music." But I'm not like that anymore. So thank God.
So he,
oh man.
so he claims until the next person who disses Kiss, and then it'll go on. I think we should just be honest with the audience here. You're the dude with a plan here, because I'm cool to talk about anything that comes to mind, but if we should have a topic, then let it out. What are we doing?
Okay, well, I mean, you're calling me the dude at the plan. My notes are literally just like one word, like little things.
Okay, okay.
Like the top of the sheet says local Mike Castro.
God damn it.
And then
No.
the rest is just a bunch of crap.
You are not sticking me with another nickname. No, I've been suffering under Mega Block for the whole year, man.
You
For
make a
1
Black
year.
Maestro.
1 year. 1 year.
You don't
with-
like Mike Castro?
No, it's even worse. I might even say stick with Mega Block. No, please. Okay, but we do. Okay, we did exchange manga.
So yeah, we did a manga swap. You can start. Yeah, basically we just gave each other a title and read the first couple of chapters. So you can start with your title. Introduce what it is.
I don't know if I should translate it. Okay, this is Kyo no Yukio-san. This was
Yeah, this is the
recommended.
one that I gave Lego.
Yeah, this is one that Manimal gave to me from Lego. As
It's
always,
basically about the
I
most tsundere girlfriend ever.
yes, but I still think from Bakemonogatari. What's her name?
Is that the crab girl?
Yes. No,
No?
she's never been nicknamed the crab girl. What?
Well, I don't remember. Her name is like Hika, but I don't know how to pronounce it, so I just call her the crab girl.
Senjoga. No, God, no.
She's
don't-
the crab girl. That was like her whole story arc,
No,
right?
no one would nickname her that. That's on purpose. You did that on purpose.
It's the crab girl, and then there's like the donut girl.
No.
And then there's the Renai circulation girl.
Oh man, it gets worse. It's Senjogahara from Bakemonogatari. Is my
Yes.
personal tsundere standard, but this one does get to there. I've actually seen a couple more tsunderes than I expected in manga that are actually done well, and this
Mhm.
is. What's that? I generally avoid manga where I know the story can go on for ages without any development, but it's
Oh,
really,
this is definitely
really,
that kind of story.
yeah, it's anecdotal. Let me just say it's anecdotal rather than a linear story. Like
Yeah.
this happens in this event and this happens in this one. So I read the first 7 chapters. I got addicted to the 9th one. Like heartwarming stuff. It is not my thing usually, but yeah, they're all done. And may I just comment on? Okay, you know what? It's not that sort of episode, but yeah. Let me
No.
just say she's easy on the eyes.
It's not like a fan service manga though. Or anything.
It isn't actually.
It's like
surprising.
I'd say that it's interesting because the story starts and they're already in a relationship.
Finally.
So instead of being on the road to getting a girlfriend, it's about the road to becoming more comfortable with his girlfriend.
Yep.
And like she's really weird and awkward about everything. You know, like in the first chapter, she's trying to make this big explanation for just simply walking home.
That was hilarious. They actually pulled that joke out twice. Like
Yeah.
the excuse for throwing away bottles and then the umbrella one.
Mhm.
Where they're like, oh, it's still raining. Yes, so stay under the umbrella.
Yeah, like everything has to have a reason. It's like they can't just walk home. They have to walk home so they can drop off some bottle in the garbage or something.
I thought that they would go over the top and what's that? Like, you know, these characters where the girl interest, they have them do over the top crazy things to be interesting, which is funny sometimes, but even though she follows the rules, it doesn't like break the logic of the story. Like like sometimes it gets back at her. It's not like she's the goddess of the plane. Yeah,
it's a pretty grounded and just, I don't know how to describe it. It's an interesting story because it's just, you know, it's just kind of like a cute little thing. Like every chapter is just a little short, them trying to do something.
What format is this though? It's not 4-comma, but
No,
the chapters read short. That's
they're short
strange.
chapters.
Aha,
And they're quick, and they obviously all have a punchline in them, pretty much.
And how did you stumble into this one? Did you just do random read, or did you?
I found it on someone's favorite list, an anime list actually. So I looked it up out of curiosity. But no, yeah, that's how I found it. And I don't know, it's not bad. The art is a little meh sometimes. I think the art style is eh.
I think the art style is like, what's that? Like, oh, dude, I would be amazed if I could do this. But it's standard. It's that standard.
It works for the story because it's not a flashy story or anything.
Yeah.
So this more simple art style does fit it well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not bad. So there's that one. And then Lego gave me, how do you pronounce it? Hina Matsuri?
Hina Matsuri.
So this is, I don't know how to describe this one. So it's about this Yakuza guy who's basically like Shingo from prison school. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like that guy. He has the same kind of hair and everything. He's like
Shingo
grown up.
I didn't think of that probably, but yeah.
So I guess this big old guy stumbles upon like this telekinesis girl, and he has to like raise her like a kid or something.
It's not heartwarming. Oh my God.
I had no idea what this was supposed to be when I was reading it. I was like, at first I thought it was serious.
Yes, me too. I thought there would be elfin lead level. It's hell breaks loose, but
then in like the second chapter, like this guy is holding up this whole classroom at gunpoint, and then the girl stops him by being like, "Oh, I want to eat." So then they all start eating, and they get this guy to start like crying about everything.
It turned into a heartwarming thing in the end, and the Yakuza guy. I don't know, man. Like, I've actually read to the latest chapter, and I really like the character. I don't know what did you think of what was the third chapter?
I read to the third chapter. Yeah, the third chapter was I don't remember. I don't remember what happened in the third chapter actually.
I'm looking at the Parents' Day or whatever.
There was that was the third chapter maybe because I think the second chapter was when she like destroyed that one boss guy or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, I mean it was interesting. It's really fast. It sets the story up super fast.
Yep.
You know, it's just right away, right into the action with this one. I thought it was so funny in the scene where she comes down and she's in that like egg just looking at him for a couple panels.
Yeah.
There was some good comedic timing in here.
And he was like, "Nope." I like the art too. Look, it looked seinen.
The art's not bad. Yeah, it's a lot of shading, pretty good backgrounds, especially in that scene when she was piling up all the logs. Like all like the forest shots look pretty good.
Oh man, the backgrounds. To be able to draw like this, man. Oh.
All you gotta do is practice.
Yes. We are all about motivation and stuff. In other news, okay, it's going to be really out of tune, but...
Oh, Lego's got a guitar.
Lego has got a guitar.
Oh, man.
Some very nice gentleman here gave me their guitar. And apparently it's 60 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
It's really old and battered, and it has seen things, but... man, I love this guitar. I'm developing
cool.
calluses. That hurts like hell. But
that's how it starts off at first. You always get those, but then your fingertips become like super hard.
I'm counting on you, Manimal Sensei, to learn something. Like,
wow.
How do you do the F chord? How do you do the G chord?
The F chord?
It's freaking impossible.
I forgot. I know, it's easy to forget how hard it is at first, Because right now I'm like, oh, that stuff's easy. G chord, that's the easiest thing in the world. You can't mess up the G chord.
Those are my mountains right now. Those are like.
I know. I forgot how hard it was at first. Like I could never play bar chords. They were the hardest thing ever.
Bar is impossible. I can only.
You just have to play, and you just have to keep playing.
That's
how you get good. You don't instantly pick up guitar and you can frickin' shred Eruption like it's nothing, you know.
Can you shred Eruption?
No, I can't shred at all. Actually, I don't play like that. My style is more messy, but you just have to play. It's that simple, you know.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's been really fun to like. I'm definitely going to take my time, but yeah. I really always wanted to shred the guitar. Yeah. So
that's cool. You just learn some chords and everything, learn how to put them together, and soon enough you'll be sitting on the street corner slamming away, making multiple quarters.
And stealing the hearts of women.
Yeah, but you got to learn how to get in tune and play first.
Dude, like are you able to read music notes and stuff? Damn
no. That's what I wish I paid more attention in like guitar class in high school, because of course when you're a high school kid in guitar class, all you want to do is play your favorite songs the whole time. So most of the time it'd be like I'd enter the class, everyone's talking, and I'd just sit in the corner and play every Kiss song I knew or something like that.
Seriously?
Until class started. I wish I paid more attention to like reading music and stuff, because like that teacher actually taught me how to play bar chords. And if I paid attention, I might know more than I do. But no, it is fun to take guitar. It was the easiest class in high school for sure, because it's literally just playing guitar.
That is an awesome class. For once, they don't screw it up.
Yeah.
I like how you're supposed to learn something and you don't actually do the thing. That was always the case with programming, even music. Music, we only touched history, and not a single instrument was touched. It was sad.
That's pretty lame.
That was awesome. Dude.
Oh, those are the worst days when you go into class and you're like, okay, we're gonna play, and the teacher's like, okay, today we're gonna learn about notation. It's like, oh, god damn it, I came here to play. I don't want to learn about theory.
I don't want to learn about
play
theory.
Shock Me. It's stuff like that, right?
Oh, well, we're at the half of the year, dude. What would you say is happening on?
It is the half of the year, isn't it?
Yep, it is the half of the year.
I can't believe that. When did this year even start?
I do not remember, man. I do not remember.
My God.
It blew away so fast.
Seriously?
Like, I
didn't even realize that we're like halfway through it until you said that.
You're supposed to like be making crust checklist right now, saying, okay, everything going good, but I'm still warming up for the year to start.
Exactly, right?
It's like, yeah.
Frick, I didn't even think about that.
What did you say? What did you say so far, dude? Like, production wise, yeah.
I don't know. I would say so far my year has been a freaking blur. I can't even tell you how it's been because I don't know. I don't know, man.
Well, let's hope we know more when summer starts. Here, apparently, they claim it's summer, but there's been flooding here.
Oh, really?
And it's gray and overcast, so that's always fantastic.
Oh, that's fun.
Yep.
It's been really shitty outside the last week, but it's sunny today, so that's good.
Aye.
It's beginning to feel like summer once again.
You lucky creature, man. Okay.
Haha.
Manga Raiders.
That's what it is.
Manga Raiders, that's what it is. What's been happening on the art scene? Manimal.
For me, not much. I guess we could talk about, like, me and Lego did a collab in, like, February.
Yes! The most successful collab!
The Labors of Larry Pine. So it was, like, 27, 28 pages or something.
Damn, man, you're a monster. It was really 27? It was only 20.
25.
It overshot.
A little over 20.
It overshot was it 13-page mark?
Well, we were just going to do, like, 4 pages. Then I was like, give me more.
So he kept on asking for them. I don't understand why, but oh man.
Because it was fun. It was a neat story. Because, I think that's a good for anybody to do just something fun like that. Because when it's not, because just so you know, Lego did the story and I did the art. Because when you do something else, that's like somebody like gives you like, here you go, do this. It makes you do stuff that you wouldn't normally do, you know, and that's always good to push you artistically. Because everybody has their set thing that they do, you know, their set kind of like, I like to do really silly comedies
Yep.
and stuff like that. But this story was a little bit more like, it was like, okay, for those who don't know, it's basically about, like, how about you describe it? It's your story.
Okay. Larry Pine is the story about some dude named Larry, the titular character, who decides to wait, no, it's not him who decides. Okay, so it's basically there's like an idol named Veronica Aya who's like looking for a suitor for some reason and has some 10 labors set out, and then Larry's like he's a geek in the class, usually stays down low, but then he's like, okay, I'm going to do these things, but there's a twist to it. I don't really want to spoil plot twist, huge plot twist.
Go read it in the forum to find out that.
Yes, the link will be in the after the episode, right there somewhere down there. Yes, I'm pointing at it now as if there's a video, but yes, the link will be down there. But the best thing was that the story didn't go exactly as I planned, because Manimal suddenly sneaks in some of his something here, and I'm just like, you know what? It could go this way instead, because comedy is definitely not my thing. There should be more swords, but I'm like,
okay,
I had fun with this, and it was really, really fluid. And oh man,
well, I just like to have fun with expressions and just do a lot of weird faces that you don't normally see.
And man, the expressions.
Like,
how do you do the expressions?
When I draw,
Larry
what I like
wouldn't
to
have
do a
ever
lot
come out
is
as
just
perfect
crazy
as
stuff. I get into this mode where, like, you know, I'm drawing a face and I'm like, how can I make this look just really twisted and weird? So I'll draw like a mouth at like this weird angle and randomly put like teeth. I always like to show teeth and tongue because I always think that's really funny. Especially when you draw like the tonsil, like that, whatever the hanging thing is in the back of your mouth. Because that came from cartoons,
Yes,
which
so
are pretty much my biggest inspiration. Definitely. Because when I started off, like, I've been drawing since I was like 4.
That is a hallmark.
And for me, my biggest inspirations were like Rocko's Modern Life, SpongeBob, Captain Underpants, Garfield, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because that's what I liked a lot. It's because I always drew like these just weird things. I always used to draw Star Wars comics.
This explains
And,
so much the
character
weirdness
was
in the
named
drawing.
Super Stormtrooper, and yeah, he was basically like Boba Fett's helmet, kind of. And then he had like this weird body. Like I used to draw bodies like terribly.
God! Wait, was he Darth Vader
his
or
whole
something?
thing was
Or...
like, well, he didn't even have a story. I think. Oh, I made a comic once. He was like experimenting in a lab, and then he got super muscles, and then he fought like this robot guy. And I don't know. It's just I always did these dumb comics where just crazy stuff happened. That's what I just like to do. And then I had my school series in high school, which was about 90 issues. Which, mind you, most of them were 8 pages and drawn in like an hour. It was really quick. But it was fun because they were based off of real people and real events a lot of the time. So, you know, if you're basing a comic off real events, you always have new material to
yeah.
do.
Like, how were you planning your comics? What was your process for that? Because I
didn't plan
seriously
them. In the beginning, I'd literally just be like, I'd be sitting in class, I'd take a piece of paper, fold it in half, draw the panel lines, and just start going.
That is so awesome.
I wish I could make comics like that now, but you know, if you want to make a good comic, you gotta draw the storyboard, you gotta plan things out.
That is what's happening.
But
to
before,
me.
I literally used to just put like 16 panels on the page or something ridiculous like that, and just start drawing all these random scenarios. Because again, when you base it off real life, you can make better characters if you really observe everybody, you know, and try to adapt them into a comic form.
I think that shows in your things, because you even draw background characters. For me, I still have, like, even with Larry Pine, Larry on my storyboards looks like some busy shonen typical anime character as if he's a badass, but there was no character there at all. But then you added the what was his reference? He used this singer from Beatles or something.
I used John Lennon wearing Buddy Holly glasses for the reference. Basically,
I was like, I hadn't thought about it, but then I'm just like, wow, this is him. This is definitely him. And
I thought it would work because Buddy Holly glasses are dorky, and you kind of gave him like a Beatles hairstyle. So I always like to look up real life counterparts to base the hairstyles off of from the characters.
You need to explain
because it makes it better, so you can kind of like predict. Because basically with drawing, you always want to make sure that you know how to draw something, and then stylize it. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you go right in and just draw like a face and you make it have these big bug eyes because that's what you like, then it's gonna look freaking weird. Like that's what I used to do, right? My characters, they had circle heads, dot eyes, little nose, and a mouth. They didn't have ears or anything. And then when I got into anime, they had these freaking huge eyes, these ridiculous bug eyes. And then I was like, you know what? This is pretty shitty. Maybe I should look at some real pictures. Because they had these freaking huge eyes that were like 2 millimeters apart from each other. And you know, you gotta go through a drawing phase like that before you really look at it and be like, I gotta improve this. I gotta make it better.
Oh man,
but
man, I'm still stuck in
really
that.
Again, you just really have to learn how to draw things before you get crazy with them. Because if you know how to draw, like, you know, I always like to draw, like, say, like a bob kind of hairstyle with straight bangs. That's what I like to draw a lot. So if you look at pictures and you try to see how the hair falls, right? And you just try to like tell how everything is going to look from every angle and try to understand how it works. That's the best thing you got to understand is how like this hairstyle functions. You know, how it all falls down, how it's cut. And then if you take that, you can stylize it and make it something more interesting.
Then
rather than just
the
drawing,
cutout like, anime characters.
Yeah, rather than just drawing like, you know, if you portray a straight bang character, you'd often just have this like half oval, and then you just have like a line across, and just be like, hey. I mean, that works if it's super cartoony, but it's always good to make sure that you know what you're drawing before you get crazy with it. That's the basic thing.
What would you say about backgrounds, though? Because you put some. I still haven't read every single background note you put in Larry Pine because you find new ones every time.
With backgrounds, I love to put stuff in them. So often, that's why I love to make school comics because like I'll have like bulletin boards in the background, and I just love to just put random notes and put.
It's almost as bad as Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei. They're changing all the time.
I know because it's just fun to just put some personal touches into it, because you know you always see plain backgrounds, and that works if it's a normal serious story. But for comedy, I think it's nice to add stuff in because it adds another dimension if you put a lot of your humor and stuff into it, you know. So I'll often put these dumb backgrounds that say like in Larry Pine I had one. It said, "Don't do drugs." It was a picture of
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Said, "Do drugs," and it was a picture of Robotnik. And I just like to do stupid stuff like that. But with backgrounds, you know, backgrounds are as important as the characters in the comic because it's the world that they inhabit. And a lot of times people disregard that. So they just scribble lines randomly. But this is something that you got to learn eventually. Backgrounds are vital to setting things up. You know, it's very important to like if you have random objects lying around. Like I'm thinking the anime Nana, for example.
Yep.
It uses the background objects as metaphors for the story. Specifically the strawberry glasses, which represent the two Nanas' relationship. And I mean, I won't get into spoilers if you haven't seen it, but there's a lot of symbolism with the background objects because that stuff's important, you know.
Oh man, but where do you even start? Freaking hell, perspective?
I don't get perspective. I'm not going to pretend that I'm a background master because I'm not. I'm not. I'm really not. But you just have to try. you know?
Ga-
Like, I always like to do familiar settings and everything, and something that I could easily find reference for, and you just have to really think about how is this going to look from this angle? How's this going to rotate? It's always nice to draw like a bird's eye view and like plan where every object is going to be or something like that, you know?
Aye. How's it going on your personal projects? I see this first amazing background page with the tree. This is your comic.
Oh, that's No Way Out or Way Out Club.
No Way Out Club. Yes.
My projects aren't really going anywhere right now. I have so many, I don't know what to do. It's like, oh god, it's hard to. It is hard to stay motivated with making comics because they take a long time. You know, often it's like on the first day you draw the first page and you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna go great. And then the second day you're like, I don't really feel like it. I don't feel like it today. Nah, I'm not in the mood. But you have to be in the mood.
Yeah.
You got to try to push yourself, and be like, hey, I'm gonna freaking draw this today. But it's easy to say stuff like this. Right?
Yep.
It's easy to
dude,
tell people to be motivated.
Exactly.
It's so simple to be like, hey, Lego, draw backgrounds right now. But
When the crunch
it's hard
time
to
comes,
practice that yourself. You know.
I think I just have to it's a syndrome of my entire artistic life, but what kills me is the whole planning thing. So I might just have to try what you did back in the day. Like if I had so many issues under my belt, you can't say the experience was useless, right? You didn't use storyboards for drawing
it
those.
totally was great.
Yes.
Because as my comics evolved, like I did it this school series, I did 90 issues in 3 years. So, and again, that's nothing because they're really simple stuff. Like again, it started out with folding a piece of paper in half and drawing random lines
Exactly.
and crap happening.
I need that level because
That's what you need to start off, just drawing stuff. And then eventually I was like, okay, storyboards are a thing. So I began to plan my comics out and just change up my techniques. Because you have to want to change and evolve as an artist. You know? You can't just be like, oh, I love drawing comics folded in half and that's all I'm ever going to be. You know, you have to want to learn new things and introduce new elements of art to yourself.
yeah,
You know?
not get too
Like-
comfortable. You've learned how to make booklets too. These also
Oh, yeah, booklets. That was something really fun to learn. Because now I draw comics on separate pages, scan them, and then I arrange them specially on Photoshop and print them into booklets because I like to have like a physical copy of what I've done, you know. It's so fun to learn new things.
You know what?
It really is. You just want to find ways that you can introduce new elements to your art, whatever it is you do. Because if you do the same old thing all the time, then it's freaking boring. And you're going to be like, I'm going nowhere. Why am I doing this? Like last year, I bought a tablet after years of being like, I'll never do digital art. Digital
Oh
has
yeah,
no soul.
you bought the thing.
Yeah.
Traitor. No,
Traitor.
that was a good one. That was a good one. There.
Because
That was-
it's like, I was always like, digital art sucks. The traditional is the only good art in the world. Digital is horrible. But then I was like, no, it's not. So I got a tablet, and I still don't know how to draw on it very well. But it was cool and exciting because it was a new thing, a whole new element. It's like when I switched from normal pencils to mechanical pencils. That was like, oh my god, mechanical
That
pencils
is-
are amazing.
That was
You know?
that's always a nice leap.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
interest, the
'Cause it's
interest and experimentation
it's like-
makes it.
I don't have to sharpen these because I never used mechanical pencils in school. I always used normal pencils, right? But then I was like, let's try mechanical pencils, and it was like, oh my god, it's so much better.
My week annoying. I've been pissed off at this insane gulf between my level of art and the artists who are already good, who are out there. I'm just like, it is depressing, man. You just like, oh, this artist, damn it, what do you do, man? Because it cripples me.
It's hard to deal with when you see really good art. I used to
They're
get so
jealous,
jealous
man.
all the time when I looked on DeviantArt. I was always like, oh my god, I'm never going to be able to draw like this. But, like, freaking, you can draw like that if you freaking practice. And these people, again, they didn't just They weren't born and they were like, I'm a god artist. I'm amazing. How did I get this skill? I don't know. I know exactly what to do. It didn't happen like that. They freaking practiced, and that's how they got good. And that's what you have to do, you know? Like, again, this is a quote from Snafu. I have it taped under my desk because it's perfect. And that's people who don't work hard don't have the right to be envious of people with talents. People fail because they don't understand the hard work necessary to be successful.
Painful to hear, but so true.
Because that's how it is. How can you be jealous of these people when you haven't put in the proper effort yourself? You know? Because if you put in as much practice as they did and you were drawing freaking hours every day and you still do shitty art, like, okay, but...
Something is wrong, but otherwise...
But if you practice for that long and you practice properly, then your art isn't going to be shit, you know?
The properly part is the kinch, huh? Let me throw you because man, I don't have anyone to talk about this to, and I don't know how much time we have, but I needed to ask these questions. How the heck would you freaking draw rocks, dude? Like, you have to suddenly draw rocks.
Okay, like what kind of rocks?
Okay, like what's that? Like it's not exactly a beach, but sort of outside, and then the whole floor is just rocks. Would you do a texture or draw them individual? Damn it, beaches is more like sand, but
this is hard
pebbles,
to
express
like, in an audio format. But
I need to send the reference then. But
if you have a picture, like, I'm imagining it's like a beach, and then like there's just rocks all over the ground, right? Like the big rocks that you can walk on and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I guess I think I'll just send this one. It's more pebbles, but it's basically the same problem. There's
Hello, you audio listeners out there. Oh, okay. So it's literally like a bunch of rocks that you pick and skip across the lake.
Yes.
That's pretty difficult. Okay.
It melted my brain, and it was so bad that instead of focusing on the rest of the storyboard, like skipping over it, it just pissed me off, and I stopped. That literally ended my process on making a comic page.
This is
hard. I was
hard.
just like, what would you...
This is hard. Okay. One of my biggest things is it's hard to draw trees, and it's hard to draw something that's set in a forest or whatever.
Exactly.
Because it's like, it always destroys my mind. It's like, how many tree trunks do I have to draw? How many freaking leaves? But you kind of got to do the basic shapes for things and add in the details later. But with something like this, like the image Lego sent me is literally just a whole thing of rocks, and that's it. It's a square image, and there's rocks everywhere. Something like this, I don't know. You just draw one rock, and then you draw the next rock, and you just kind of... I don't know.
Do you put scribbles?
Start
or
drawing
use a
circles all over the place. You just go a little crazy.
Like, oh yeah, you could talk about your nice classes on anatomy, on drawing backgrounds, but I'm like, I see these detail things that I'm sure one mangaka has done before, and I'm just like, what do I do? What the hell?
A lot of times in manga and comics, if something like this happens, they usually just draw the basic shape, and they'll draw a couple of details, a couple of lines here and there, and the whole thing's like gray. So you get the idea that it's a bed of rocks. They don't draw every single rock in painstaking detail, especially if you read, I keep up with some comic series. I go to the comic store like every week, right? And if you read a lot of comics, a lot of them are drawn really quickly, and a lot of the backgrounds are really basic. Because you have to, it's a monthly comic series. You can't be spending the entire week drawing freaking rocks.
Exactly. Like these time-saving techniques. I wish I could learn them, though. It's just like... In order to have time-saving techniques, you have to know what you're drawing first. And then you can start rushing and doing all your fancy... Like these comic artists, they're all amazing artists, so they can be like, okay, I'm just going to draw like a couple lines here. They didn't just... like it's hard to describe. Yeah, I guess if you understand it more, you can simplify it faster then.
Exactly. But I don't know. See, again, I'm not an expert artist. So
I know, but you're suffering.
It's hard to give advice on something like this, because if I'm like, oh yeah, just draw lines, and that's it. Like, that's shitty advice. That's not helping anyone. Hey, you want to know how to draw? You just freaking throw lines all over the page. That's it. lines and circles. That's all it takes to draw. Anyone can do it. Well,
10 out of 10
anyone
best
can do
advice
it. Literally
ever.
anyone can do it.
No, my advice would be like, what would the Manimo do? Like,
Okay,
like
what would I
rage
do?
quit or like what it was?
Okay, so if I'm doing a setting on the beach. Let's say that the rocks are on the bottom, and you kind of see the sea in the background, and there's a character standing on the rocks, right? In order to do the rocks, I would do the basic outline how the background would look, and just kind of sketch in the details so you can kind of tell that it's a rough surface. So you just kind of as you're drawing the line, you make it really sketchy, and then kind of draw like a couple of little lines to show that there's a lot of rocks on there, and then shade the whole thing gray. So it'll kind of give you an illusion that he's standing on a thing of rocks.
And then move
Because
on.
if you drew every single rock, then it'd be so distracting to have this character. So let's say the whole point is the character's looking at the sunset on the ocean, right?
Yes.
If you draw every single rock, people are going to look at the freaking rocks instead of the ocean, which is the main point, right? And you just want to express that the rocks are there. You don't want. It's not about the character's looking at the rocks and he's like, "These are freaking gorgeous rocks."
These
He's
are
looking at
amazing.
the ocean and he's like, "It's freaking amazing." So you just draw the very basic details that makes you be like, "That's a thing of rocks," you know.
Okay,
I hope
that
makes
actually
sense
helps.
to people
That
who are listening to this, by the way.
It's
It's hard to express this in an audio format, but basically, you gotta, like, again, say the center of attention in your frame is the sunset. If you spend 1,000 hours on the rocks and 2 minutes on the sunset, then then the point shifts to the rocks, and everyone's gonna be like, "That's an absurd amount of rocks." You know, they're not gonna be like, "That's a nice sunset." That's really. They're gonna be like, "Look at all those rocks."
That is exactly it, actually.
So I don't know. It's really hard to express, but I hope you could kind of understand what I'm getting at.
Well, those are the things that are killing me this time around. But I think, yeah, it was really helpful advice, especially if you compare it to guitar playing and your personal experiences.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not a well-rounded guitarist because for years I just played AC/DC and Kiss. Like, the longest time I used to just be like, I'm going to play guitar, plug in, I'd go through the same AC/DC songs, like Guns for Hire, Shoot to Thrill. I'd do it in the same order. I used to do like pretend concerts. I'd make a playlist of like 12 AC/DC songs and I'd like, play along to them.
You
like,
can
I'm
jam
in the
those?
show,
Oh,
you know?
man. What the hell? How?
And I'd be doing like the background vocals. I'd be like, high voltage rock and roll. And I'd just be pretending.
You can sing while you play the guitar, naturally.
Well,
Naturally.
yeah, it's not that hard. Well, okay, sometimes it's freaking hard. But if you know how to play, and it's not impossible. Anyone can do it if you practice.
The magic words, but that is cool.
Again,
Then you're playing
as
the whole
soon as you understand
concert.
what all the chord, like I go through a Beatles songbook. It has all their songs in it, and I often play through that when I practice singing. I'm not a good singer, by the way. I'm still freaking learning how to do it. So, you know, since I know all the chords and everything, well, not all the chords, but the basic ones. So, like, it'll have the lyrics and the chords above them, so you know when to switch chords. And if you already have freaking mastered how to switch from like G to A, it's like no brainer, and you don't have to focus on that too much. It's just a matter of getting orientated with it and getting really comfortable with your guitar. I play my guitar all the time. When I'm watching something, I'm usually freaking noodling away mindlessly. You just really got to
nice.
get to know where everything is on your guitar, and then it's muscle memory at that point, you know?
Yeah, nice. I'm looking forward to my training montage where I'm jamming the guitar while drawing art at the same time, and suddenly I'll be an amazing
That'd be-
artist
okay.
guitarist.
That would. Oh, you're gonna draw with your mouth like that one character from Shima Netta who draws like the porn with their mouth.
What? I haven't watched that one. Wait, what? She
Okay,
draws it?
so in Shima Netta, you know the story, right? It's like they're all oppressed and they can't.
Yes.
Okay, so there's this one girl, and like you can't draw phallic images with your hands, right? But she can do it with her mouth. So she puts a pencil in her mouth and draws porn.
Yeah.
But yeah, Oh yeah, are you watching any seasonal anime? Are you keeping up with anything? Are you up to date?
I am finally back on the anime track after ages. Like, I caught up with JoJo. Now I'm watching some what was that? That was Bungo Stray Dogs. But it's nothing really. I really need to get to the whole anime list. You finished the last season though, right? And you're getting started on Summer. What are we doing, Summer? What is the anime that's coming now?
What anime? Well, we're gonna have a whole episode about that.
Oh,
later.
oh yeah, right.
Yeah, so
Tune in to the next episode. I'll be looking forward to that one because I'm really out of the loop and I need to.
Oh, there are so many shows next season. I don't know how I'm gonna keep up with it. There is literally at least 14 shows that I'm really interested in.
I'm also interested in movies like the Beast and the Boy. There's been some good movies that I've jumped over.
I think the Hibike Euphonium movie, which is basically a summary of the first season, I think that was at least released soon, or it's going to be.
Hibike Euphomia?
Hibike Euphonium. It's a concert band anime by Kyoto Animation. It's really good because it's such a like, again, it's about concert band, and it really is about that. It's about how the characters feel about it, and it touches on a variety of really interesting topics. Like, okay, I'll get into this. My favorite scene in the show is, so they're gonna play it like this regional thing.
Yes.
And they debate about who's gonna play the trumpet solo. And in this show, there's one character, Reina Kosaka. She's the character of my avatar right now, if you're wondering. But so she's like the best player in band, and she's amazing at the trumpet. But there's this other girl who really wants to play the solo. So they have like a competition to see who's going to be the one to do the solo. And this girl practices really hard to beat Reina. But
oh no.
This is what I love, because every time something like this happens, it's always like, oh, you tried your best, you're going to get it. So they do their thing, and Reina absolutely destroys the girl.
Oh,
and she tried so hard. But she still doesn't get in because Reina has way more practice and is just much better than her.
No, that's
And I
depressing.
like that scene a lot because in the usual anime, they would give it to the loser. They'd be like, oh, you did fine. Good job. But in this show, it's like, no, you're not adequate enough.
I know.
You know?
That's so sad.
It is, but I think that was just a really excellent scene in the show, you know. There's a lot of really good... there's lots of Yuri themes.
Nosebleed alert.
I'm
going to bleed over all my...
I mean... Yeah. Yeah. That's one reason why people like it.
Oh, God. But
beyond that, it's an actual really good show. And the second season is airing this fall. I'm really excited for that. It's a great show. I like it a lot. But, no, getting back to this spring... there's a lot of pretty decent shows airing. I've been keeping up with 11 full-length series, I think, or 10.
Ooh, wow.
I dropped a couple of them because I took on way too much. But there's so much good stuff. Like, you have Bakuon, which is about high school girls who ride motorcycles. That's pretty amazing.
I heard of that one. I haven't watched it yet.
It's pretty funny. It's a funny show. But there's also Kisniver,
Kisniver, I haven't watched it. Oh, man.
It's okay. I don't know if it's gonna like add up to anything big in the end. You can't compare it to Kill la Kill, which obviously, you know, since it's Trigger's first original show since then, you're gonna be like, is it gonna be as good as Kill la Kill? Obviously not. They're not gonna
I think they're going for a slower pace than earlier, because Kill la Kill just started.
It's
with
more
action.
serious and about the characters and getting to know the characters and everything. But it's only like going to be 12 episodes, so I don't know how it's going to end. I'm a little unsure about it. They also have Space Patrol Luluko, which is amazing.
That looks crazy.
That show's insane. They literally had an episode where they played Before My Body Is Dry. It's like, it's such a good episode. Big Order is a pile of shit. It is a terrible show.
You haven't been liking that show.
God awful.
What went wrong? It sounds okay.
It went wrong from the beginning. It went wrong because it's by the author of Mirai Nikki, which is also a pile of shit.
No, Mirai Nikki is awesome. What are you saying?
Okay,
Sacrilege.
Okay, no, that was rude. That was rude. Okay, if you like that show, whatever, that's cool. I didn't like it personally.
No,
I didn't like it at all.
I'm just joking. I think it's one of my guilty pleasure anime as well.
That's all right. No, you don't have to feel guilty about it. If you like it, that's cool. I get why people like it. I just didn't like it myself. I'm not saying that whatever. But Big Order sucks. It's
What happened?
It has a jazz soundtrack over serious action scenes. The pacing is horrific. The main character is terrible. It is the worst show this season by far.
But it is Big Order. It's capital
The
letters.
name is horrific. Big Order. Like,
What is the Big Order?
the Big Order, there's basically these people called orders, and there's like this weird wish granting person who's like, what wish do you want? So this one kid's like, I want to be this mega Power Ranger, and he accidentally destroys the world.
What?
And so they're in this world that's now destroyed, and everyone's after him because like that's the guy who destroyed the world.
That
And-
sounds interesting. What's wrong?
But it's not.
Damn.
He literally has sex with his sister.
Okay, I'm not interested anymore.
His sister has like some disease or whatever, and like he's like lying her down on the bed, and she wraps her legs around him. And the next scene, you see all their clothes on the floor, and the washroom doors open.
Are you serious?
Freaking
Are
disgusting.
you serious? Are you serious?
Yes.
No, you're just trying to smear the name. Okay.
I'm not even joking. That's what happened. Okay, maybe they didn't have sex, but it's gross.
Oh,
Okay, they're not blood siblings, but it's still disgusting.
God.
Come on. And it's a terrible show.
What
It's
about
just-
what about Twin Star Exorcists?
I dropped that. It's just a normal shonen. It's gonna be like 40 episodes, and I was like, I'm not watching 40 episodes of this. It's just so mediocre that I was like, eh. The lead character is terrible. He's annoying. He's everything that's wrong about shonen protagonists. He's this guy who's like, I don't like to fight, and yet he's the strongest person on earth.
Is he called the
So-
Black Swordsman by any chance?
No, but so it'll be like this one girl. I think her name was like Benny. The girl's name is Benny, and she's like really struggling to defeat this monster, and the guy just destroys it with one punch. He's like,
One punch!
yeah, it was like that, except not. I'm trying to think what else I'm watching. Cabaneri, that show, really well animated. It's an exciting thrill ride, but when you watch it week by week, the momentum kind of slows down. It's the kind of show that's meant to be like marathoned, you know.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping that it sticks the landing. I'm really looking at it suspiciously. I'm just like, it's so good, but will you
The
land
action
the
scenes
ending?
are incredible.
I know the art is incredible, the action is incredible.
But the story is not that good.
I want an ending that is a story ending. No season 2 bullshit.
Well, it's an original show,
cliffhanger.
so they can do whatever they
That's
want.
what I mean.
But it's only going to be 12
They can do
episodes
it.
too.
I
I have no idea how they're going to
The
end it.
days of 24 episode anime are long gone, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, again, getting back to this season, I think there's a good arrangement of shows. The shorts this season are kind of shitty though. Like you have Crane Game Girls, which is literally a tutorial on how to play crane game machines.
No.
So the story is
That
there's just
doesn't
three
exist.
girls and they want to be idols. They're like, we're going to be top idols, and then
What?
like the planet is going to get destroyed by meteors, and the only way it can be saved is if these girls complete crane games.
No, that is too insane for me. No.
It has
no.
self-park animation where the characters move like freaking stop-motion cardboard. It is
Oh, man.
terrible art,
Oh, man.
and
Who
it's just
does that?
boring because it's literally just an instructional. It teaches you different techniques for crane games, and that's cool if you have crane games where you live. But I don't have anything like that here. This is
Where are
useless to me.
meteors
I don't
coming
need to
from?
know this. But that's because it's not for me. I'm not the audience for this show, so whatever.
There have been some really special audience shows from that was last year. I was just like, wow. Anitori X. I need to see if that was actually interesting to watch.
Which show?
The one where the girls work out with just Anitori X.
Oh,
It's
is that the one where they like have like little like workout montage clips where it's like,
yeah, I
teaching
think
you-
so. I don't know what it's like, but yes, it was overworking.
And then there's
out.
like the goth girl and everything in it.
You watched it.
I watched a few clips of it. It's really freaking weird. It's
As
certainly
expected.
not going to inspire anybody to do any kind of exercise. But
yeah.
I know there's a lot of weird shorts like that. And then there's Yusakame, and it's a TQ spin-off, but it's slowed down. TQ is a 2-minute short, and it's the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life. The characters move at like 100 miles an hour, and all this absurd stuff happens. But Yusakame is you.
What? I don't. Wait. How many episodes is it?
It's gonna be 12 episodes. TQ just finished its 7th season, but it's all 2-minute shows. I love TQ. Everyone watch TQ. Just do it. It's only 2 minutes long. But this new short is 4 minutes, and the characters talk at a normal pace, and it's just boring. But yeah, I don't know. So the spring season's pretty decent overall, but summer season, oh man,
I think
hype is rising.
I don't know. Maybe I should just vanish one weekend. There's so many shows, man. But I'm looking forward to them.
There's so much to watch that it's like, how am I gonna keep track? Because the thing is, some shows are better when you watch them every week. Because especially slice of life shows are pretty much meant to be a weekly installment. See how the characters are doing. See what's up. If you marathon a slice of life, it's not always exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
So they're good to be taken in like every 20 minutes a week. That's optimal. But an action show kind of loses momentum when you a lot Cavaneri is meant to be like episode after episode after episode.
Yep,
of action,
of epicness, and then.
But when you break it up, it's like, it loses momentum. I thought that last season Erased was really good as a weekly show because it had a lot of cliffhangers and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it's gonna happen next episode, and then when it ends, it's like, oh, that's it. That's how it's gonna be.
I still haven't watched it. Don't spoil.
Well, it didn't have the best ending in the world. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
But again, action shows are better to be marathoned, where slice of life is really nice to watch every week, I think.
Yep.
And oh my god, there is the freaking Motherload next season. But we'll talk about that'll be discussed, and maybe by the time this episode's uploaded, the summer preview will already be up. Who knows? So, yeah, I don't know. What kind of manga are you keeping up with? Well, you already said that, right?
Yeah, I already said that. I think what's that? Like right now, my only goal is to just. I think I'll just copy, because that was really some good advice and the explanation. I think I'll just do this thing that you did in your earlier days. It sounds like taking a step back, but I need issues under my belt. I'm just going to be freaking folding paper if I have.
You just gotta do things, and the more you do, the more you do, the better you are at it. It's simple. That's basic world skill life.
Basic world science.
That's how it works.
You should talk to my inner editor, though. Oh man, the swear words he can come up with.
Well,
what
just
man?
gotta get that in order.
Yeah. What manner of excrement have you put on your paper and stuff? But aye.
So now that we're reaching near the end of the episode, I'm gonna be doing a special live commentary as I make lunch for myself.
Damn it. Okay, you know what? I'm going to tune my guitar.
Now, I have two choices. I can either have nuggets or chicken tenders. And
I'm so hungry.
These
right
are both veggie, by the way, and they're really good. You would be surprised how good they taste.
Veggie chicken tenders?
Yeah, they're really good. You'd actually be surprised.
That sounds like a traitor kill. How dare you put veggie chicken... Okay. What are you doing now?
Okay, so I have the bag here. I'm going to have about 11 of them. So I'm going to put them on, the tray. It's pretty freaking exciting. Obviously, since you can't see what's going on, I have to do my best to describe it.
Maybe someone will animate it or something.
I've only tried these chicken tenders once, but I thought they were pretty good the first time I had them. So I decided to get them again. So I've put down 11, and I'm gonna now put it in the oven.
Wow.
This
is some insanely tense stuff, man.
So the instructions say to put it the oven for 400. So I'm doing that. Now I gotta wait like a year for this to heat up, so I guess we're not gonna do the whole commentary because this is gonna take 20 minutes to cook. That's pretty wild.
It'll be finished on the next episode.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. I think we've pretty much covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything. We might go around in circles, but it was fun, dude.
Yeah, so do you have any closing words for the show?
Wait, I want to tune my guitar. Okay, I'm ready.
Listen to that. We have a new addition to the podcast guitarist.
Lego maestro who can't play a chord to save his life.
Well,
Oh,
you
what?
just gotta learn.
Okay. This is the C chord, I think. Oh, that isn't a C chord.
Hold on, I'm gonna get my guitar.
Dude.
Okay, so C chord. So maybe you're a tiny bit out of tune.
I am horribly out of tune. You know what? We should jam. You should jam at a point on the podcast, but not today. Not today.
So
But
you
okay,
do your C
take it
chord, do an F chord, and you're playing like a Rolling Stone.
Seriously? It's only C and F?
It's so easy.
Damn it! You monster! How?
Here's how you do it. Okay, do you have your fingers like a C chord, and then you put them down to the next two strings. You literally just move your two fingers down.
Ah. Oh yeah, and then you bar without even a second thought because every human can bar without a second thought.
Well, no, you don't do bar chords for C.
For F, I mean for F.
Oh, F? Well, I do a cheater version of F. I don't bar. I just... Well, for like a Rolling Stone, you just kind of do like a cheater version where you just move your fingers down from the G chord.
Ah.
Okay, so I guess we've said everything that's needed to say in this episode.
I think they're a bit tired of us by now. But no, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah,
man.
no,
Thanks
I
for-
hope it was enjoyable for everybody out there in the world. I don't have much to say except tune in next time when something different happens.
Yes, we'll be tuning in for more advice from the guitarist master and the artist master, and also the writing master.
I'm not
As
a
we
master
dis-
of any of this stuff, man.
I was talking about myself, of course.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Look at me
What's
trying to
look-
turn everything on myself.
Seriously,
What
man.
an ego-absorbed human being.
What are you, Sakamoto-san?
Sorry,
Just
yeah.
joking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, I might harmonica in the wrong way. Okay, hold on. Okay.